Yo, what up? It's your girl Pimp back with another video. I want to do this video because it's like it really is like kind of bothering me, and it kind of put me in a situation where it's like you want to be there, you want to support, you want to see both sides of situations, but when one side keeps showing you their hand, you need to go ahead and believe them. So, long story short, trying to make a little extra money, whatever. So I do some ride sharing, especially like when I'm on my way to work or on my way to a certain location. So this, this guy got in the car, whatever. He seemed to have an attitude. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Why you got an attitude? Whatever. Blase Skip. So I say the address. Hey, you going to the bank or whatever on Blase Skip. He on his phone doing whatever, so whatever. I'm not finna keep repeating myself. Said it twice. Get to the location. Oh, this ain't the location. Well, I asked you. You didn't say nothing. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to order another Lyft. And so he called whoever ordered the Lyft for him to change the location. I was like, well, you can change the location all you want. You're going to have to wait for somebody else because I'm going to a certain point. I'm not going to the point where you trying to go. So me getting a little attitude, getting a little aggressive, and I'm like, all right, it is what it is. You can talk that stuff. You're going to exit my vehicle with your things, whatever, blase, skip. So he's still getting aggressive. I'm like, dude, now you're putting me in a situation where it's a problem. So, me being trained, and the first thing for me is not to pull out nothing. The first thing for me is to remove myself from the situation. So stepped out of my car. Once again, asked him, hey, please step out of my vehicle, get your stuff. You got to go. Not making no threats, no nothing. He's still talking crazy. So I ain't getting out his car. That ain't my problem, sir. You should, one, listen when somebody's trying to talk to you. Instead, you was all on your phone, blah, blah, skip, whatever. I'm going back and forth. Tell him I'm going back and forth with you. He's talking about, well, call the police in. No problem. I can call the police, but I always keep in mind what my big bro told me, not a regular gun guy, but a fat guy with guns, At the end of the day, you call the police, so they can come after the scene, but it's up to you to protect yourself. Because by the time the police come, it might be too late. So I'm keeping all this in mind, and that's the best thing about getting training, and I know a lot of people don't want to get trained in gun training and stuff like that, but definitely get your gun training, because I had some good trainers. They gave you different scenarios, what to do, because at the end of the day, drawing your weapon should be the last result. Always. But at that point, I said, okay, call police, do what I do, blase, skip, this and that. Now remind you, I'm at a bank, so I feel safe at this bank because at this time, which is crazy because usually around on Sunday morning, this bank is not really popping, but for some reason around this time, this bank was popping. It was like a lot of people going in and out, doing what they doing at the bank. And there's cameras around, so I'm like, I got cameras and I got witnesses, so there's no need to escalate to the point of revealing that I have a weapon. Cool. So he got the car, still got an attitude, still making threats. So I'm like, man, whatever. The dispatcher is on the phone with me, and she's, telling me, hey, stay there because I'm on the phone with you. You at a bank. She's thinking like I'm thinking. Oh, it's a bunch of traffic. Banks have cameras. That's a safer place you can go. Absolutely agree with her. So that's why I stayed. So he's talking his shit. I just relocated my car to the other side of the parking lot. Because once again, it's a camera. So if I'm moving away from him, away from the situation, the camera gonna see, hey, he's once again becoming an aggressor. So he hear me talking to the police. He talking stuff. I didn't care. Whatever it is, what it is. So he proceeds to go to, it's a Maxwell's across the street. So he goes to a Maxwell. So once again, I'm thinking the police gonna come. Which I don't know why I thought that in the city of Chicago they was gonna come quickly, fast, and hurry because I was in a black neighborhood. Now if I was in a white neighborhood, probably a different story. So I'm on the phone with the dispatcher still. She gonna stay on the phone with me. A lady that was doing something noticed. She stayed in her car and she said she gonna wait till the police come as well. So once again, this is a safe enough for me. Because once again, I have camera eyes. I got somebody on the phone, and I got another person sitting in her car waiting until the police arrive. Because she see how he's, aggressive as well. She thought I knew him. I'm like, nah, I don't know him. So as as he's coming back, and I'm thinking he gonna go by his stuff, because at this point he had put his stuff on the corner. No, he wants to come back and call himself taunting me, like I'm really finna do something. Like, dude, I'm not gonna do anything. So it is what it is. As he's coming back trying to taunt me, the police pull up. Do y'all know, first and foremost, the officer never stepped out the car. Literally watched this dude step by my car, because he's in the motion of taunting me while the police is pulling up, but never wants the cop get out the car, which pissed me off. He wanted me to come up to him. Like, it's cold out here, but dude, this is your job. I'm the person that called. I'm the victim. So the first thing that pissed me off about the cop was he said his body cam was on, which his body cam was not on. You could tell when the body cams are on. That pissed me off. And so I didn't bring it up because I'm trying to move on so I can go take care of my business, make my money. I'm telling him the story like, hey, he got a ride. He had the wrong address. He already came in the car with attitude. I'm telling him, hey, he got the exit vehicle and wait for another ride should have come. Blase skip. Instead of police asking me, hey, are you okay? This and that, and this. He's like, well, why are you still sitting here? That's crazy. I'm like, sir. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't listen. Something he was saying about the dispatchers don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, well, then what's the point of them hiring them as dispatchers? They don't know what they're talking about. Like I told him, I said, one, I agree with the dispatcher when I said I felt safer in this parking lot, because you want me to go down the street where there's no cameras, no houses. Actually, it's abandoned houses and like a factory on the other side. How would that protect me when he's literally walking up down the street talking crazy? Mind you, just young man, he's literally going up down the street because he mad. I don't know what he mad about. I don't care. And I said, this is safe for me. I said, the lady right here in this black car who just pulled off, who just honked her horn, saw the situation and stayed here to make sure that when y'all came, that's when she was about to leave, because she had to go to work. There's also cameras in this parking lot. Why wouldn't this be safer for me? Like, you want me to go down the street where he's going up and down the street? Okay, whatever. Another problem that I had, not once did he ask me, was I okay? Not once did he ask me, about the dude's aggression, what he was. I'm like, dude, he gonna ask me. I said, so fast forward all that. I said, and your body cam not on. You just told me that your body cam is on, so now I want your name and your badge number. I'm that type of person, and I work with the police stations, and a lot of the sergeants and detectives know who I am. And, again, I know what you're supposed to do as a police officer, and you didn't do any of that. You never took my statement, which is crazy. I'm like, you're not going to take my statement? Can I do a report telling me I need to go to the police station to make a report? Why would I do that when you're right here and you're the responding officer? Like, is you cool? You and your part, like, is y'all cool? Like, this is crazy. So then that's when he wants to proceed to turn his body camera on and call himself lecturing me like X, Y, and Z. I said, at the end of the day, lucky my weapon wasn't drawn. He's like, well, you just can't shoot anybody. I said, if I'm feeling threatened and you have a person who's in your vehicle with his balled up fist to my should punch you in your fucking face, what you gonna do? What is the procedures, officer? And then he starts saying, well, you stay. I said, I stay in the location with your dispatcher who told me to stay in the location, which like I said, I agree with her, because again, there are people here, traffic going in and out, and there's cameras. So yes, just in case he did get aggressive, it can show once I remove my weapon and use it to protect myself, why I had to use this type of force to protect myself. Like, and I said, you know what? It is what it is. Do y'all know they proceed to take him to wherever he needed to go? I'm like, that's crazy. I just told y'all this man was threatening me, and y'all are treating him like he was a victim. I said, cool, let me get your name, both y'all names, y'all badge numbers. And I said, once again, officer, thank you for no help at all. Like, I said, I told the officer, I said, what's the most hurtful part of the whole situation And y'all wonder why black women are at the point where they are at the point that we are at. I know y'all like, what sisters that make, but people that know. Is that not once, brother, did you ask me if I was okay? Not once did you ask me what was the situation and how did we even get here? Not once, you didn't even step out your car as an officer is supposed to do, from my understanding, when responding. And now you finna take him to wherever he going and you're not going to question him about his aggressiveness towards me? I said it's good. It's good that I recorded everything, including this conversation. You know, I'm glad you got your body camera on now after we already talked. I wish it would have caught everything previously, but it is what it is. Because I had my friend on the phone too. It's just like, well, the whole point of me making this video is I am one of those people who are that work with youth and work with the community as a whole to try to bridge the gaps between the police and the community, because the trust is definitely not there between the two parties. And this is a prime example of the stuff that we keep saying over and over again when it comes to the police. And it had, at one point I just said in my car, like, I can no longer defend the police because they just did exactly what we've been asking them not to do. Stop making us the victim. Do your job. All I'm asking y'all is to do your job. If your job is to respond, step out, get both sides, do a report, let's please do that. If your job is to turn the body cameras on, let's please do that. You know, again, as a lot of my 2A members, like I said, Fat Guy with Guns, Women Protect Women, a group I, follow on social media. And that's always been a thing. Like, you can't depend on anybody to protect you. You must protect yourself. And as I told the officers, yes, if I feel threatened, I will definitely pull out my weapon and I will face the consequences afterwards. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get home like the next person. So, with that said, y'all keep y'all head on a swivel, as they would say. Keep up with all your training. Make sure you take the time to debrief after a situation like that. People like, most people want to debrief after something that's very intense. That can be very intense, because that was very intense with me, because it was intense because I was trying to go toe-to-toe with this officer, and I'm saying I'm not going to argue with him, because he thinks because he has a badge and he has a gun that he knows more than me, this and that and this, or how am I supposed to protect myself when it took y'all 20 minutes to even get there, which is crazy because the police station is literally down the street. But I understand what neighborhood I was in, and I knew they wasn't coming fast, so yeah. But make sure y'all are educated on your gun laws. Make sure you are educated on how to, the different situations, different scenarios. Make sure you know that pulling your weapon is the last result, because there's other ways to resolve a situation if you can, peacefully. Which, that's what I was trying to do, being patient. But I know some people in my situation, the way he was acting, probably would have pulled it out. And I think that I didn't pull it out is because I don't want to see another black man out here dead in these streets because he got something going on, or he, but now I got to stop thinking like that. I can no longer think about the safety of somebody else who's not thinking about my safety at this point, and that's where I'm standing at. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the situation. I'm glad it didn't go left, but again, I will do whatever to protect me and make sure I go home and deal with the consequences. So if that meant if I had to put my weapon, that young man got shot, and I had to sit in jail for a couple of days until they pulled all the videos and talk to people who witnessed everything, then that's what it was gonna be. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna go home. Just like I told the officer, you want to go home, don't you? Me too. I'm just out here minding my business, trying to make my money. But anyway, YouTube, another video from your girl. Didn't mean to make it this long. Oh, shit, about 15 minutes long. Didn't mean to make it this long. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, until the next video, I will talk to y'all soon. Y'all be safe and stay dangerous.